Welcome back to Sane Sunday Live. We're happy to see you here. We're here every Sunday at 7:30, supporting all of our hashtag Insane Friends. On this show, we like to go over the events calendar. And then when we're done going over the events calendar, we like to go over the hashtag Insane Friends live calendar and shout out all the people doing the hashtag Insane Friends live shows during the week. There's somebody on almost every night during the week. There's 11 channels participating in 9 cities and 2 countries. Then we do our ever popular car trivia. Tonight, in honor of Memorial Day weekend, there'll be a lot of Jeep trivia in our car trivia. So hopefully be prepared for that. We should have this chat up here in just a second. Okay, so starting with the live calendar events, we like to shout out the car shows and the cruise-ins in the local area. It's with a special emphasis on the ones that support children's charities and veterans charities, which is especially important on weekends like this Memorial Day weekend. And our, car of the month on the calendar is a Ford Edsel. Well, not Ford Edsel, it's an Edsel, which, I get confused sometimes because Edsel was Ford's son and he decided he wanted to make some of his own cars. So it's a 1959 Edsel. Lou's Garage. Hey, welcome to the chat. Now, we did have a great time at Streetcar Life Auto Show. It was a big, huge event like we thought it was going to be. It does have some potential to be even larger with the venue that they have. There were some other car show events and stuff going on the same weekend, and a lot of events going on this weekend, that be it car show and otherwise, because it's more Memorial Day weekend. So there were $2,400 in prizes. We did end up entering. We had a booth, and we had lots of Saneauto merch. A whole bunch of people that we knew that we've already filmed their cars. A whole bunch of car clubs that we filmed some of their events and stuff showed up. It was really awesome. It was great connecting with some of the people that we haven't seen for a while because of all the moving that I've been doing with moving inventory from one building to the next after selling the building in Chattanooga. So great to get back into the car scene again. Glad we did do a lot of filming and got a lot of pictures. There's some of those pictures are already up on the Saneauto Facebook page, and there'll be lots of video and photos in the video and video in the video of the Streetcar Life car show event. Well, thank you for listening while you're cleaning the garage. There's not much to see here, so don't worry about looking at the screen. Anyway, there was face painting. There was a live band. Like I said, there were lots of car shows. There were lots of vendors. We had our vendors tent out. We even took the motorcycles, and the Harley won first place, and the Triumph won third place in custom bikes.
Yeah, I won third place, and he won.
We'll have to show you
place.
some of those pictures and the trophies that came with
Hi,
them.
how you doing? I missed y'all. How you doing? Hi.
Now in June, we have the first weekend in June, which is the first day of June.
Oh, I'm not here yet. Don't see me. Don't look. I'm not here.
We have a car show from 2 to 6 p.m. at the track in Smoky Mountain. Smoke and Go Kart track at 4061 Parkway in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
No.
On the 15th, we have the West Side Cruise In And now we're not talking about the west side of Atlanta.
We don't have it. They do.
Yeah. We're talking about 3385 Crider Road in Rocky Face, Georgia, which is an area called West Side. And it's 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. And there will be not only really nice cars and motorcycles there, but the tractor club usually comes out with lots of tractors at the events in West Side. I'm not sure if they'll be at this one or not. As we get closer, we'll let you know more.
It's going to be at the tractor place?
The tractor club will probably be there.
No, I'm talking the one that we just found out about yesterday. It's at a tractor place, and it's a benefit of kids' football team.
Let me look at that.
You're forgetting that one. That one's in August.
In August, June, July, August. You talk okay? The Cruise in Chatsworth Car Show, put on by Frank Davis at Tractor Supply in Chatsworth, Georgia.
Yeah, that's it.
And yes, it is to benefit the. No, I hadn't.
Okay.
No, I hadn't. So, well, I guess I have just now. But
yeah.
Yes, I forget which school it is. I'll have to write this down. As it gets closer, I'll get better information. But it's to benefit the school football team. So we'll get more information on that.
That's a very good children's charity.
Yes, it is.
It keeps kids out of trouble.
Yep.
Let's get them kids some uniforms, people.
And then later in August, on the 17th.
Oh, I don't want to go through all of this just to get on here.
It's Time to Shine here in Dalton, Georgia, but on the same Saturday. Two great car shows on the same Saturday. The Time to Shine car show at the North Georgia Fairgrounds here in Dalton, Georgia from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the 14th annual St. Jude Children's Hospital Benefit Car Show put on by Roy Davis in Ringgold, Georgia, close to Fort Oglethorpe. It's just off of 2A from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the north. Okay. No, that's something else. Okay. But yeah, you might remember last year we filmed it in that same location, that nice big new venue, and it is huge. Great car show. We also filmed the Time to Shine, but they weren't on the same weekend last year.
Yeah, they are this time.
But this time they're on the same weekend.
It's gonna be awful.
Yeah.
I'm praying for rain. I'm going to go do a rain dance. One of them are going to have to be rained out.
And we'll have to ask Frank Davis about this, because I have on the calendar the 24th of August, third annual Summer Meltdown at the North Georgia Fairgrounds, put on by Frank Davis on the 24th of August. Now, Frank Davis is putting on the Cruising Car Show at in Chatsworth at Tractor Supply, Chatsworth, Georgia. We'll have to check with him to see if he's still doing the Summer Meltdown.
Yeah,
what all's going on with that? Because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on August. Seems like the hotter it gets, the more cars come out.
Well,
now as far as the Insane Friends calendar, we have somebody new on the calendar.
Yes, we do.
It's another really cool.
And he is awesome.
Yep, it's another really cool car channel. Yeah.
What time is he coming on? I know it's on Sunday.
Yep, it comes on at 4:30 on Sunday, so he's already been on today.
4:30 on Sunday every week. We're going to see Tim, the Milkman Bearden, and his faithful companion.
Tim has no beard. Tim Bearden has no beard.
Bill Burns,
who has a impressive
beard.
Very well manicured beard.
Yeah, heard it here first, Uzolu.
And together,
run and tell your friends.
Together, they make up
Oh, he
Hot
says
Rod
once,
Madness.
once a month.
Once a month, he's going to be on. Okay.
We're going to need to know what
We
time.
will give you more information on that as we get more information on that. But they were on at 4:30 today on YouTube.
And we hope
And there
to
is the
have
replay
him,
is up on their channel if you want to see it.
we hope to have them on our show very
Yes.
soon. Because I think they are awesome.
We should be able to get together for a collab or something, have them on the show, and let them tell you all about their channel.
Instead of
And
me
what kind of
having
things
to
they do,
interview him, he's going
which
to
I'll
be
give you a hint.
interviewing us
It's
because he interviews the heck out of people. It's awesome.
he films a car. Y'all are used to us filming show cars and stuff. He films the cars, and he's very good about getting an interview with the people that own the vehicles and a little bit of a story behind the vehicle.
And you definitely need to check his channel out.
And you might have noticed this on some of our videos. We've done that sometimes, and it always makes the video better.
I don't know who all is in here. I do know Uzo Lewis here. And I know you're going to love his channel. You need to check it out.
Okay, so the rest of the hashtag Insane Friends live calendar. As you can see, Sane Sunday Live at 7:30 p.m. on Sundays, followed by Gregory Salvatore at 9 p.m. Monday night is Eat Hard Adventures. He had changed his name for a short time to One Wheel E, but it's back to Eat Hard Adventures.
I like Eat Hard Adventures.
And Tuesday night is his friend and companion in shenanigans, Bubsification.
They're awesome
at 9 p.m.
people.
So if you like things like the kind of shenanigans like wheelies
and
burnouts and stuff like that,
for days and go-karts, oh, it's incredible.
then Wednesday night is the hashtag Insane Friends Show, the original hashtag Insane Friends Show.
It no longer
on
is
Sane
the hashtag
Enterprises.
Insane Friends Show.
It is.
Now that it's over on Sane Enterprise, it's Sane Enterprise.
It's still hashtag Insane Friends Show. Our hashtag Insane Friends still show up.
I don't think so. It's not the same. Anyway.
Well, it is a little different because on the Sane Enterprises page, we talk about how to grow your channel. We talk about management and sales and all those other things. We've had way too many classes and training in. But you need those kind of things if you want to grow your channel or grow your business or anything that you're doing. Anything you try to achieve requires funding and money and a cash flow. And, you know, you got to sell. You got to sell. And you got to manage everything correctly or you're just going to get frustrated. So, hashtag Insane Friends is on Sane Enterprises at 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday night. And
I want to do Batmobile trivia.
followed by Muscle Car Appraisal at 9 p.m. They had a good show last Wednesday. Check that on replay. Thursday night is Dorito and the Lucha Cabra.
Hi, review and play
at
anymore
9 or 9:30.
Hey, how you doing?
Followed by Easy 2 tips and tricks, etc., etc.
Have you seen Tim Bearden's channel yet? You need to check it out. He is now on our
hashtag Insane Friends live calendar.
Once a month on a Sunday. We're going to find out what Sunday, and we will let you know.
Saturday is Choppers Rule 1 at 6:30 p.m., followed by Fab Automotive Detailing.
Yay!
And you can, of course, see this calendar and all other announcements that has anything to do with the hashtag Insane Friends. And you can share your videos and all kinds of things. I'm going to show you right now on, let's see what we got here, the Saneauto Facebook page. Sorry, the computer might be a little bit slow. Our bandwidth is not very good out here in the Appalachian Mountains. Kind of slow. But we'll get there.
Okay, there are 5 people watching, 6 people watching right now. One of you guys is not liking.
There's, of course, my Victor Sane page. You're welcome to.
Thumbs up button. That's the only rule here.
Friend,
oh, and that no bad language.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, keep it G-rated, everybody. Oh, and that's another thing, too. If you want, you know, safe place to do lives and to interact with people and to grow your channel and find some supporters and connect with people in the car community. One of the reasons why we have the hashtag Insanefriends live calendar is because all these people on the live calendar, okay, you can see it right here on the Saneauto page. It's pinned to the top. So if there's any changes, you'll see them here. And then you see all the other posts down here, car show stuff and everything. It's all G-rated stuff.
So okay. Since we're not on
the other people on the calendar that are doing the lives on the hashtag Insanefriends calendar, they're all on YouTube and they're all G-rated channels. Now some of them are bordering on PG a little bit. You know, they get a little bit goofy, but you know, you got to push the envelope sometimes to be very entertaining. But it's still good family, fun, friendly stuff.
Yeah, no bad words.
Anybody that was on the calendar, you know, in the past that crossed that line and did the cussing or the drinking or the smoking and this kind of stuff, they're not on the calendar anymore.
Of videos to watch between his live casts.
Absolutely, and that reminds me, we're getting back to doing more videos between the lives as well, like we used to. Now that we've got $1 million in inventory moved, and we moved a mountain of car parts. Now that that is done, we can spend more time editing and filming and putting up more videos in between lives. Who is
that cute girl with the pink hat?
This one right here with that Mustang.
Is. Look at that. Look what I found.
These are some of the vehicles at the car show.
I tried to get it to follow me home, but it wouldn't.
Should have brought Mustang treats.
Yeah, I didn't have any.
Oh, and that's a good car for Memorial Day weekend. We have a couple of feature films of Old Glory is the name of this car. And that car came with this paint job, the flag paint job. And all the original paperwork is right there lined up on the dashboard. Windshield and the dashboard. And
oh, Impacts. You're awesome too. You're a hashtag insane friend.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
Insane friend is awesome.
A veteran of the Marines here owns this vehicle. Then we have this is not an actual Bumblebee edition of the factory Bumblebee edition of the Camaro, but it is a Bumblebee Camaro, so to speak.
Yeah, because
it's covered in bumblebees.
They were scary. That big one was as big as my head.
And then there's a really neat Corvette here. It does have the high horsepower engine in it, either the 110 or the 140. I'm not sure which, because both the 110s and the 140s had 4 carbs in the back. I restored a white Corvette Monza. I don't know if I have that on here, honey.
Aww.
A white Corvette Monza that was very similar to this, but this one is has quite a. I've restored mine just absolutely bone stock, and then sold it. It was back when I was doing 1 or 2 restorations a year. And I mean, it even had still had all the factory radio knobs, just like it was when it came off the showroom floor. This one has some really nice modifications for be both a retro mod, you know, and a good daily driver. You can see the high output engine back here. The one I had the 4 carbs, and it was the 110 horsepower engine. I would imagine this one, if it wasn't the factory 140 engine, is probably putting out close to that much, or maybe even more now with the mods that they've done. There's some of the nice people that were there with some of the motorcycles. And there were some puppy puppies there running around.
Yeah, that's
this
a
one was
puppy.
was a camera hound. It was good at posing. I got a lot of good shots of this dog. He knew how to pose. Still just a puppy, purebred German Shepherd. No, it's a her, because her name was Ella.
Okay.
Ella. This is Mike Kern's really nice station wagon. I got several shots of it, because it is an impressive wagon. The Laguna. There is a nice Cadillac. That turned a lot of heads when it showed up.
I don't know whose boat that was.
Yeah. Don't worry, we will get to car trivia very soon.
I don't know whose boot that was.
Yep.
Did I see whose boot that
Do you
was?
recognize that cute blonde right there?
Yeah, but I bet they don't know that other girl. That's my trainee.
Yep. She works in the office with Carol at Allstate, and she is currently still in the Air Force Reserve.
Her name is Shelly.
Yep.
And she says she's my puppy.
And she's a good one too. She volunteered to help out with the booth this year, and we really appreciate it, and we're very thankful for all her help.
Yep. Do you see the Harley in there? We don't have any closer pictures, do we?
Yep. There you go.
There's
your trophy.
There's my trophy. You see my trophy?
Mm-hmm.
You see?
And that's the old Triumph we rode when we were teenagers in Atlanta traffic, no doubt.
Yeah. And you see
and still survive.
You see that frame that's on the handlebar there? That tells the story of that Triumph.
Yep.
And if you want to read it, you have to come to one of the shows.
And it's autographed by Henry Winkler,
Yeah.
the Bonds. He is a really cool guy, and he does a really good job of writing some. He's in another television show again, too, another modern television show. But I don't watch television anymore, so I haven't seen it. But I heard it's pretty good.
Camaro time! Hi!
But Henry Winkler's doing a really good job of writing a lot of really good children's books, even though he's still working hard at that new television show as well. So very active still.
Yeah. And there's the prize winner! Yay!
And no matter how busy he is, every time we see him, he's always makes the time to, stand there and chat with us and get caught up. So, like I said, just a great guy. And there's his autograph right there. He did for us on the Harley, which I won the first place trophy for.
Yeah, his is bigger than mine.
That's what she said. And then we're full circle back to the Mustang. Now, I got a whole lot more photos than that, and there were a whole lot more cars than that at the show. Huge venue, huge parking lot. So, but you'll have to wait for us to edit the videos and put those videos up on our Saneauto YouTube page. We'll leave you with these, which is right here, Saneauto Facebook page. And feel free to put the links. There's an aerial view of the parking lot. And this parking lot right here, all this right here, all this right here, all of this was full of the show cars. And our booth was like right there. And then spectators were parking over here.
Yeah, and
so
it is a pain
all of this
in
and all of
the
this was
butt
full.
to get out of there.
It could be.
We went around forever in a circle. You see that big circle right there? You go in one side and you have to keep going around the circle and around the circle.
There's the prize you gave away, the big grand prize you gave away at the booth.
Yeah, that
was
a
whole 5-gallon bucket full of car cleaning products she gave away. And see, here's some of the people in the hashtag Insanefriends that share their videos on the Saneauto Facebook page. So, including Ken Williams, he is the one behind Easy 2 Tips and Tricks, etc., that is live on Thursday night, broadcasting out of California. So he's Ken Williams on the Facebook, and that's what one of his latest videos. So do the same thing. Go on there and put a link to your videos on there and share and get some more views. That's what it's there for. That's what we keep that page for, is to help everybody out and help you grow your channels. I'm going to take it off of screen share now.
Oh, no, they don't want to see me.
And we're going to do car trivia.
They don't want to see me. No, don't look. Close your eyes. Scary.
And first, I'd like to thank all our veterans, and especially the veterans' families, because it's Memorial Day weekend. The families of the veterans that have lost someone in the theaters. I know we've got a couple of people in our family that made that unfortunate sacrifice. Well, one of my cousins, he got blown up by an IED, and of course they didn't call them that back then. I know I'm showing my age saying that, but they call them IEDs now. But back then they were booby traps.
Well.
And then an uncle who, he was one of those, and we need to remember these guys too, those that didn't die in combat but were wounded in combat and later died from complications from their injuries. We lost an uncle that way.
There's some people,
but we are very, very fortunate that we had several
right
entries.
in the head.
Mm-hmm. We had several uncles. All of our uncles were signed up and went to Vietnam, my dad included. And you know, her grandfather, World War II.
Yep, he was with Patton.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Granddaddy would aim the anti-aircraft guns and shoot airplanes out of the sky, but he was also a cook when he wasn't shooting airplanes out of the sky. So when he got back, he taught me how to cook. And he told my grandma that I was a better cook than she was, and that I should cook, and it made Grandma mad.
Around time, you're absolutely right. Freedom is not free. There are many, many men go, and some lose their lives and some don't, but they all defend us with a rifle.
Our son
and defend our right to argue about whether we should have guns or not with a gun against people that have guns. And so need to remember that.
Our
Thinking about
son-
giving up your rights.
Our son Michael was in Afghanistan for two tours.
Yep.
He did a silly thing. He would jump out of perfectly good airplanes. I just don't understand it.
He did eventually end up with a broken leg, though. Is that?
Yeah. But he didn't come back right in the head.
I think he left right in the head.
Something's wrong with that boy.
Okay, well, on a more positive note, we are a positive station. We're a positive group. A bunch of positive people here. And get on a more positive group note. The first two questions are going to be about a silly thing. And then we're going to get into the Jeep trivia. So the first trivia question starts with a little history lesson. Jacob German. Yes, that's his name. Jacob German was the first to receive a speeding ticket driving a car called an Electrobat. It was a 1989 model Electrobat. And yes, it was a full electric car.
I've decided to drink healthier. I put my soda in a water bottle. There.
Okay.
That's
It
my
was
decision.
called an Electrobat, and it was a fully electric car. Now, what year did this happen? He's driving an 1898 Electrobat. Yes, Impacts, we said Jeep, there's going to be more than half of the trivia questions. The last more than half of the trivia questions will be Jeep. So, huh?
Reese's Bike Shop's here.
Oh, all right. Welcome to the chat, Breezy's Bike Shop. Now, and if as always, if you see anybody in the chat that you don't recognize, or if you're in the chat and you're new here.
Bearden, he's new here.
Yes.
Please go check him out. You'll really like him. He is awesome at interviews. And we met him first in World of Wheels in
Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Yep, that's the first time we'd ever seen him in person. And that was, what, a couple years ago or a year ago? No, it was a couple years ago, wasn't it?
I think it was just before our first anniversary back.
Yeah, I think it was your first winter back from Florida and Peru.
Yep.
Because we've been to another Chattanooga World of Wheels since then. And then the next Birmingham World of Wheels, we did not go to Birmingham.
1899 says Camaro time, and 1904 says...
It is Camaro time is correct. Yeah, Tim Bearden says 1896. And it is Camaro time has got it correct. Woo, Camaro time.
Yay!
Woo,
Yay!
Camaro time. 1899 was when this happened.
We got impressive graphics on
And I
this
should have
channel,
said that was the
don't we?
first speeding ticket in the United States, because there was another guy got a speeding ticket overseas. But this was
Special effects. Yay!
it was a 1898 fully electric car called the Electrobat. Well, yeah, that's what the police officer thought. I mean, he was really upset about it. It was 1899. Let's get this on screen share. Applications window.
Do you have a picture of the electric bat?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to screen share first. We're gonna find us a picture of the Electrobat, so we can see what this car looks like. This incredibly fast Electrobat. let's see, 1898 was the model of car. It was 1899 when he got the speeding ticket in it. This guy, no, I don't mean an acrobat. I mean an electrobat. Google. You're silly. We're being silly. How about we put electrobat car? Electrobat electric car. See, it understands that. Algorithms don't think like humans do. That's why we have so much frustration with the YouTube algorithm and trying to work within it, because they just don't think like humans. Look at that. That is electrobat.
Okay, he must have been going all of 15 miles an hour.
Actually, he was going 12.
Really?
12 miles an hour. And the speed limit was 8. So the police officer thought that was incredibly dangerous for him to be going 12 miles an hour in an 8-mile-an-hour speed zone. Got so upset and so distraught over this excessive speed that he actually arrested the guy, put him in jail for doing 12 miles an hour in an 8-mile-an-hour speed limit. Despite the fact,
faster than that
despite the fact
to the restroom.
that, yeah, listen, this police officer caught him and arrested him on a bicycle. Cognitive disconnect. Can you say cognitive disconnect? Oh man, it's so dangerous. You're going 12, but yet he caught him on a bicycle. Oh well. Not much has changed since then, has it? All right, our second. Well, let me get on. Get our theme, Maritime. Maritime says the first drag race was when the second car came off the assembly line. I think maybe there was the first combination drag race and just red light to red light race was right there when that guy was going 12 miles an hour, and that cop took off on his bicycle, accelerating as fast as he could to catch him. The cop was drag racing, and the electrobat was just racing along. So Camaro time, if you are not familiar with his channel, you've been living under a rock. And no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, who's that?
And Camaro time is so great that he couldn't make 1,000. He couldn't make 1,000. But then when we got him past the Google algorithm and got people to be able to see his channel and see what he was doing, he rocketed up to over 3,000. Now he's over 3,500.
Wow.
This is the power of community, guys. You got to tell people about Camaro time. It's the power of Camaro time too. Yes, it is.
He is awesome.
Got to be telling people about all these great car channels, because YouTube's not going to do it for you. It's not going to create that growth for you. It's like the third leg in a three-legged bench. You can do all the greatest thumbnails, you can do all the greatest videos, you can do all the greatest everything that you're supposed to do to make your channel grow. You can do the great editing and stuff. You can watch Camaro Time's videos on how to edit with DaVinci and do a great job at it. But YouTube's not going to promote, unfortunately, YouTube's not going to promote really good, wholesome family content, G-rated content channels. They're going to promote the same thing the news organizations promote. All this ugly and controversial and really dramatic stuff that they say they don't want on the platform.
But the thing about that,
so we got to promote each other. We got to,
is,
start telling everybody about these good channels.
Is a little bit
weird. And
I don't
it's in
really
its
know
infancy.
the word for it, but it doesn't understand the difference
It's stupid.
between good and viewed.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't understand the difference between good and popular. Yeah, and unfortunately, some really bad stuff becomes really popular really quick. And the algorithm doesn't know the difference between that and good. Kind of like 14-year-old girls.
Excuse me, I was a very popular 14-year-old girl.
Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't know you then.
Yeah,
A couple years later.
Yeah. I was pretty popular when you met me, too.
You were a something teen, but it wasn't 14.
I was past my sweet 16.
Yeah, well, what, a month?
I was 17.
So our next question, I hope you're keeping up with the chat because I haven't been able to. Our next question
can we do
is what city did this happen in?
Thing before we move along?
What's that, babe?
Can we show Tim Bearden's YouTube channel, please? I think since he is new to our channel, I believe we should.
Certainly can.
And I'm sorry, people. I am getting him a screen share. Not because he won, just because he is a new insane friend. And everybody needs to see what's going on.
Right. And he's in that same spot, too. You can see by the subscribership. And then when you watch some of his videos, you can tell he's in that same spot that we all were on YouTube, having that same problem on YouTube that we all had, is that his videos should get a lot more views for what they are. He's doing a lot of the same kind of videos that we do, with the same kind of subject matter, the nice classic cars and stuff. And YouTube just isn't promoting that.
I love the way he interviews people. He's really down to earth and sincere. And
you know, if he would just go and get arrested by the cops on purpose and do donuts in front of the police station and shout obscenities at them, he could just rocket to the top.
Yeah, but that's why I like him, because he doesn't.
Because he won't do that.
Crazy things.
Exactly. And that's why we got to stick together as a community and show the really good side of the car community and the good people in the car community, and not the ones who, you know, get promoted for their bad shenanigans, but the ones that, you know, either have completely G-rated content or have a little bit of good shenanigans, you know, like Bubsfication and them. And they don't just do burnouts and stuff. They like to do burnouts in their garage. There's no kids around. There's no, it's not out on a public street where they could be endangering anybody. It's not, you know, doing some kind of hellion stuff at where they could endanger a crowd at a parade or a car meet or something. You know, it's in safe situations.
Awesome Camaro time. He just made it 7:45. Yay!
Doo-doo-doo.
Now, I know there's a few others out there who could push him up there a few more.
So, and it will grow. It will grow because the hashtag Insanefriends community is very supportive. They're awesome people. And anybody that's new, including Tim Bearden, if you just click on the channels you see in the chat, if you go to our standalone videos and see who's commenting on the videos, click on that little icon beside it. If you support their channel, they will support you back. And we don't do a sub for sub thing, although we do include subscribing. But sub for sub is against the terms of service. And that's why we use the word support, because we don't just subscribe and leave like sub for subbers do. We truly support each other by doing other things like what we're doing right now, showcasing other people's channels. We used to show other people's videos and stuff during our lives, but we can't do that anymore because the algorithm doesn't know the difference between supporting other people and stealing other people's content. And in an attempt to stop, and there are some people that go around stealing other people. Well, we can usually get away with that. And you can usually get away with that. And so, you know, you can still support other people by doing that. But my point is that is a way to support people by screen sharing their content that's not sub for sub. Shouting them out on your channel, that's not sub for sub. When you subscribe to somebody and they subscribe to you and you actually watch each other's videos, a full watch on the videos, that's not for sub for sub. You go back and revisit their channel and watch another video.
Before we get,
that's not for sub for sub. So that's why we use the word support. It's not a substitute for subscribe, although it does include subscribe. But if you go to each and every one, just go down the list one after the other, everybody that comments on our lives, everybody that comments on our channel, I can assure you all these people are great, supportive people. They'll support you back, and they have good family friendly content on their channels. There's not hardly any riffraff ever comes in here.
And if it
and
does,
if they do, they don't like us, and they leave, because to them we're boring, you know.
Yeah, and not only that, we have some wonderful blue wrenchers.
Absolutely.
Who are going to jump on them before I even get to say, excuse me, you don't talk to a lady that way.
So, you know, bad apples don't last long in here. And they don't like it in here either. So, you know, and the feeling's mutual. So it's just a great place to hang out. And we really appreciate all you people being here, and all you people being such what YouTube would call good actors. You are a bunch of really great people.
Impacts is making a shout out video. He's found 2 car channels with less than 100 subs between them.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna shout out, which is awesome.
Great. Everybody should watch that and find out who they are and support them too. And like I said, now the second trivia question: what city did all this happen in? It's a very famous city back then, and it's very famous today.
Oh, you don't have dancers on there this time.
You can't cheat. You can't cheat.
You stinky stinker.
It's hard for you to cheat now, isn't it?
Stinky stinkerson. That's what you are. You're kidding me. Okay.
Remember, the speed limit was 8. And Mr. German was driving 12 miles per hour.
You have a wonderful week too, Camaro time. And don't eat too much steak. It's heavy food. We had Mongolian beef for dinner.
We did have our Mongolian beef.
Homemade Chinese food. From scratch.
So who cares to guess at what city did all this incredible speeding happen?
Oh my goodness. Why don't you just tell me before you do that? You caught me looking.
It wouldn't be as much fun if I told you.
You caught me looking like that. That's not pretty. That's ugly. Yeah, no. Are we still seeing me?
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody's watching you.
And I can't see what I'm doing. How am I going to control myself if I can't see what I'm doing? Okay, you see this? This is my new health kit. Soda in a water bottle. Makes it healthier.
Reviewing Plane and More
Oh,
RPM is in here. If you haven't connected with his channel, go check him out.
Yes,
he has a
awesome.
lot of really good.
I like the coolers that he has on there. He's got a lot of different kinds of ways to cool off the computer.
Yep, he's got the mods for the computer. We're all used to modding engines and stuff like that. He's got the mods for your computer you need to be able to do your editing and stuff like that. And the repairs
Ohio,
for your computer.
Lexington.
You can't have a YouTube channel without a computer.
Wrong. And no, it's not Salem either. Wrong.
Yep, we got Detroit, Ohio, Lexington,
And Salem, Massachusetts.
Salem, Mass.
And no.
Oh, just it's like Battleship.
Yeah.
And the pins are just falling all around the battleship, but not hitting it.
It's close to Salem. Closer to
it's
Salem
on the East
than
Coast.
any of the other ones.
It's on the East Coast.
Well, maybe Lexington could be there too. It's not old, but it's new. Oh, goodness. Washington, D.C. is not old or new. It's not old. It is new. That's a hint.
Speeding around in the Electrobat.
And it's not in an old place. It's in a new place. Can you guess what's new? Listen, people, it's not old, it's new.
That's also an Electrobat.
Can you tell them that's a hint? Apparently they don't get that's a hint.
What's the hint?
It's not old, it's new.
Oh. They'll get it when they hear the answer. They'll be like, what? Oh, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's oh my God! Can I just shoot you?
Check out that Electrobat.
Thank you, New York.
Woo! The Big Apple impacts garage and gaming.
Gracious sakes alive. I was going to have a stroke.
Did you see all these different versions of the Electrobat?
So
he's got some gangster wheels and tires on there.
yeah. They got a steer wheel that goes like this. Dude looks like he just styling, don't he?
Yep.
Got an old shovel handle on that thing.
Impacts garage and gaming. Now he's got a lot of the older cars that we all like to drive, and when we were teenagers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's not old enough to know when they were built.
Yeah, but he knows what a good car is.
Yeah, but
an interesting vehicle.
yeah. But
It looks like he's working on the Trans Am again.
Oh, no.
Like his banner says, muscle cars, video games, and more. Hey, there's a bunch of hay.
Hey, hey, hey.
And there goes.
Hey, hey.
Yep.
Goodness.
Sorry. Glanced out the window.
Do you think they bought that place over there?
It's too cloudy to see Fort Mountain State Park from here right now.
Do you think they bought that place over there to do that, to make hay?
No, because the place ain't sold yet. I think whoever the owner is, let them harvest the hay off of it.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like they're heading next door to us to feed the cows with it. We got 100 acres of Black Angus next door to us.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of us, there's a big field that somebody's trying to sell, and they let the grass grow up. And somebody recently cut it all and baled it all for hay. Those big, giant 2,500-pound hay bales, the big round ones. And they just went past our window over here with a trailer load of those. And we're talking a big, big trailer with like, what was it, 6 or 7 of those giant bales on it?
Yeah.
And
I hope they didn't.
Kenneth was following them with the tractor.
I hope they
with the
didn't.
attachment on the front of it for picking up the big bales.
I hope they didn't take that for that. Well, anyway.
Okay. The next question
Sheer
in our trivia.
Productions. Hi, how you doing?
It's like Share Productions. Share
Share
Productions, welcome to the chat. And Breezy's Bike Shop is here.
Yeah, I saw Breezy's. I said hey to Breezy's Bike Shop earlier.
Oh, that's a good point. Breezy's Bike Shop has a good point. He says now you can't get up to 18 miles per hour in New York.
Well, yeah.
Just because of the congestion.
Yeah.
Some of those yellow taxis do, though. Goodness. When I'm there, I ride the subway and the bus. And even that's kind of scary, the bus is. But at least they kind of distract you talking about what this is and that is. Now we're going into the Jeep trivia. In honor of the Memorial Day weekend. The first Jeep question is,
we need to hurry it
the
up.
first quarter-ton four-wheel drive Jeep pilot model, they called it, or prototypes as we call them today, were built by Bantam Car Company of Pennsylvania. Now, Willys Overland.
Babs, hi, how you doing?
Now, Willys Overland and Ford made important refinements to their versions that Willys later named Jeep. That's why we know them as Jeeps nowadays.
We did.
What year was this first Jeep that, of course, they weren't called Jeeps then yet. What year was this first Jeep by Bantam Car Company handed over to the U.S. Army for testing? What year was it?
No, he's the nice looking one with the blonde. Share Production said, oh, that banner of yours. You're
oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. It's all right.
I didn't know if you heard me. We got 1936. 1940. Ding, 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 ding. Yay, review and playing and more. One. Awesome.
There's a lot of our family members wear uniforms, both in the military and in law enforcement.
Review
Including
and
my
playing and
aunt
more. One.
in Atlanta.
We won't talk about
So,
yeah. Excuse me.
oh, reviewing, playing, and more. Woo! All right. Woo! 1940. That's right. Oh, you can't see that. Yep, you can't see that. So, reviewing, playing, and more RPM. You are absolutely correct.
I kept telling them.
It was 1940. 1940. Now, like we were saying earlier, Dennis, reviewing, playing, and more. Oh, come on. Reviewing, playing, and more RPM does computer repairs and shows how to do it. Does computer mods. He also does some gaming on his channel. And you can see him right there, showing us how to add Bluetooth to any computer or laptop. He's recently got a really nice Lazy Susan that he can put the products that he's doing product reviews on and give you a really good look all the way around the product with a really smooth motion, so there's no shaky camera stuff going on.
A long time back, he had a very good chair too.
Yeah, he's got a very nice chair.
Of those chairs. So you should go all the way back.
Yep, right there. There's that chair you like so much. This one right here looks like a race car chair, but it has arms. But it looks like a well-padded, designed race car chair. It's just he did the totally redid his office area, which I think he made a video about that too. One or two videos about that, showing how he redid the office. And the growth has been incredible recently. Look, he's got up over 2,800 now.
Wow, awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he has a really interesting cooling system for the computer too.
Yeah, it shows you how to do several different kinds of cooling systems for several different types of computers and laptops. And shows the products. He even puts handy affiliate links in the description of his videos like we do. And everybody else too, listen to this, you should be doing that. Start you an affiliate account with at least Amazon and some other places, and start putting affiliate links in your descriptions of anything that you show, any kind of repairs that you do, the tools and the parts that you use. Put those affiliate links in there. It's a win-win. You could get some affiliate commissions, and the people who are watching the repairs and the reviews that you do, it makes it easier for you to, it makes it easier for your viewers to find those products that you're showcasing and to find those tools that you're using with just to click on your affiliate link, and it takes them right to the product. So it makes it really easy for them, and it doesn't cost them a dime more for them to click those affiliate links, and you could get a small commission off of it too. So it's a win-win. The second question on Jeeps is, who gets credit for designing the flat grille with the headlights in the grille for the Jeep?
I love that grille.
Yep, that is iconic for the Jeep, and most everybody thinks that that is the only grille that Jeep ever had. But the first prototypes and stuff by Bantam and everything actually had a conventional rounded grille like a car or pickup truck did, and the headlights like bug-eye headlights sitting on top.
The Army, for their purposes,
they wanted something that was more flat and durable and less likely to get damaged or, you know, stick out and could get broke off or snagged on or anything like that. Somebody designed and improved by making that flat grille with the you know, some people call the prison bars. And the headlights were hid in there behind that grill, so they'd be more protected and not sticking out there. And that really worked, and it stuck. Who gets credit for designing all that? Who came up with that? It wasn't Bantam Car Company.
Now.
And you know, there was, it's 1940, so all the big three American car companies were out there at the time. Plus, Willys Overland ended up with the...
percolating on that, I would like to introduce Dollar Bill.
Oh, Dollar Bill, welcome to the chat.
Yes, Dollar Bill is the...
he's the tech behind
Tim Bearden, the milkman.
And
he is basically the engine of that team.
Is it Muscle Car Madness?
Muscle Car, no, Hot Rod Madness.
Hot Rod Madness, I'm sorry. Hot Rod Madness.
No, Mania? Hot Rod Mania.
Is it? No, I think it was Hot Rod Madness. Well,
is it Madness or Mania? I'm sorry, Dollar Bill. We're having an argument.
I get confused because I think about Muscle Car Appraisal a lot lately.
Yeah.
And which is another really good car channel. And they're on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Check them out. They did a really good live show Wednesday night. Muscle Car Appraisal did. And they got a lot of really good trivia in there too. They got off on talking about Mustangs and Camaros. Camaro Time was in the chat, so he threw some information in there, made it more interesting. And then they got off on Jeeps and talked about Jeeps there too. Yeah, the live streaming, Muscle Car Appraisal. Share Productions, if you haven't heard yet.
Hot Rod Madness, you were right.
Hot Rod Madness. Okay, good deal.
He is the director, the cameraman, the editor, and the social media guy. Like I said, he's the engine.
Yep. Our hashtag Insane Friends community, we have a marathon of lives every week that several people participate in. There's 11 channels participating in it in 8 different cities in 2 different countries. And so on, just shout them out again here real quick so everybody can know where you can go to get support for your channel and stuff, and support all these great channels. And you can sit there and watch with your kids too, because you don't have to worry about anything on these channels you don't want your kids to see. Good, clean channels. Sunday, Tim Bearden was on at 4:30. Now they're going to be on once a month. We'll let you know exactly which week of the month they're going to be on. They're new to the hashtag Insane Friends calendar, live calendar. And then we're on at Sundays at 7:30 p.m. right here on Saneauto, followed by Gregory Salvatore, who's on at 9 p.m. on Sundays. Monday night is Etard Adventures. It changed its name to One Wheel E for a short period of time and back to Etard Adventures. Tuesday night is Bubsification Channel at 9 p.m. Both these guys are out of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Third Sunday at 4:30. So it's the third Sunday of the month.
I will make a note of that. Wednesday nights, we have the hashtag Insane Friends show on Sane Enterprises at 7:30 p.m. Same time as our Sunday show, but on our other channel, Sane Enterprises. Followed by Muscle Car Appraisal, who's on at 9 p.m. And then Thursday night, we have Dorito and the Lucha Cabra, who's holding the awesome torch, hosting the Insane Friend show. Dorito and Lucha Cabra at 9 or 9:30. That's Eastern Standard Time. They're in California. They're broadcasting out of California, so of course it's a different time in California. Followed by Easy 2 Tips and Tricks, etc., etc., who is Ken on Facebook. on our Saneauto page, you'll see him posting things and chatting. And his name is Ken. He's also broadcasting out of California. Then Saturday, we have Choppers Rule 1 at 6:30 p.m. He's broadcasting out of Australia. And followed by Fab Automotive Detailing at 9 p.m.
Yay, that brings us back to now. And after us is Gregory Salvador, and the whole week starts.
Yep. So
Okay.
there's somebody you can hang out with
Now, Sheer Productions, to
participate in
answer
the
your
chat
question,
and find people to support and support back every night of the week. Sometimes there's 2 people during the night.
we don't
Well, not every night. There's nobody on Friday.
do channel reviews.
Yeah, we do screen share when people win the
trivia
question. So we used to do some channel reviews and stuff, but we decided to make it more fun. And part of that idea came from Pusa Studios, who has the Blue Wrench crew. So shout out to Pusa Studios, which we met when we were all founders. Pusa Studios is also one of the founders as well. They were right there with us in the very beginning of the I Am a Creator group, way back over a year ago, when we all, with James Cox and a whole bunch of other great people, created the I Am a Creator group, which is still thriving today. But I tried to do a calendar like this with the I Am a Creator group. The I Am a Creator group grew so big and so fast, it kind of grew out of us, out of us founders. And we couldn't get the kind of cooperation that with the calendar that we got with the hashtag Insanefriends when we created that group. And we
like to keep the intimacy.
Yeah. That we have with the hashtag Insanefriends that kind of got lost with, our branch of the I Am a Creator group because it got so huge so fast. And
I mean, I know the names of the majority of our supporters.
Yep, and everybody in the hashtag.
And I know when they come into our live, and I know who's commenting on our. I mean, I'm able to keep on top of all of that.
Yep.
Okay, now anyway, back to the question. Since nobody has been guessing, I'm going to give them a hint. The question is, who gets credit for designing the flat grille for the Jeep? Happens to be the company that makes my favorite car. If you don't get that, I don't know. I have no hope for education these days. Oh, awesome!
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're really playing it more.
Woo! Thank you, Dennis. You're awesome. Thank you for Super Chat. Super Chat. Woo! All right.
Yay! Now, like I said, the answer to the question is...
Oh, Impact's Garage and Gaming said Breezy and I both guessed. He said Ford.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for letting us know, Impacts.
I didn't see that.
We did not see that. And sorry, Breezy, we didn't see your answer there. Let's get back to your Breezy's Bike Shop. And right there it is. He said Ford. You are a winner. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Impacts.
That is awesome. I told you, I told everybody, so many awesome people in here in this group, so many awesome, nice people show up in this chat. So you're awesome, nice people, and you're looking for awesome, nice people. You have found the place to hang out. And it's like this on all the lives on the hashtag Insanefriends calendar. So if we're not live and
Breezy's
can't hang out with us,
says don't post his channel.
Oh, okay. Not doing it. There we go. Hit that. No problem. No problem. Thank you for letting us know, Breezies. Okay.
I can't.
We'll do it. We'll just celebrate for Breezy. celebrate for Breezy. Woo! Woo!
Yay!
Breezy, you're a winner. Good job.
Okay, I can't get it to for some reason.
Okay. There you go. So yeah, if for any reason you don't want to be up on screen share or anything like that, like Breezy, just feel free, let us know, and we will not. Breezy's Bike Shop says no content, just support. But that is awesome. Thank you so much, Breezy, for being such a good supporter. Plenty of people in the group come through here, and that's just another nice way. A lot of nice people come through, and some of them, they don't have content like that, and they just like supporting other channels and stuff. Just another wonderful thing about having community and building communities and being in communities. That is, you know, sometimes it's the only thing you're missing if you're trying to grow your channel and you're doing all the right things and you've got great content and stuff and it's still not growing, is you may be just missing the community portion of it. And although YouTube says that sub for sub is against terms of service, and it doesn't matter because sub for sub doesn't work anyway.
No.
I mean, it just, because it kills your algorithm. Because if all you do is, if you don't actually support each other and all you do is trade subs and then leave and then never watch anybody's content and stuff, then the little short watches tell the algorithm that you're doing clickbait and that your video doesn't match what your title and thumbnail is, even if it does. Because like we were talking about earlier, the algorithm is not perfect and it doesn't really know the difference between a lot of things. So sub for sub doesn't really work. But truly supporting each other and watching people's videos full length and shouting people out and having lives and participating and stuff and coming up with ideas like the live calendar and a lot of things like a lot of other people do on their lives, having little contests and fun and trivia and stuff like that is it's very supportive, and it does work. It does work, and it does a whole lot better than just sub for sub. And YouTube calls this community building.
Okay,
and they
we're
say they
gonna
want
get
community
into
building.
Gregory's spot.
Okay, so
We've
last
got 4 minutes.
question
I'm
is,
surprised I haven't heard from Gregory yet.
Willys Overland was awarded the contract to produce the best version of the Jeep. Now, since Willys Overland was awarded that contract, what contract did Bantam win? You know, Bantam made that first prototype. And it looked a lot like the finished Jeep that we now know today, the one that Willys Overland produced and a lot of other people later produced. And we recognize that as the Jeep. And Willys is the one that named it the Jeep. But what did Bantam win the contract to produce? They won a contract with the Army to produce something. It wasn't the Jeep. What did they win the contract to produce? That's Bantam.
What?
Bantam Car Company of Pennsylvania. They won a contract to produce something. Yeah, that's the answer.
What is that? That's a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
I can't help you guys with this one.
It is kind of Jeep related.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't even read that. It's a bunch of numbers. Doesn't help that his handwriting's not so good either. The Mule Cargo Transport Vehicle. Don't say that there.
You know, I should have. They probably got contracts for some other stuff besides this, but this was like right after
There's a
Willie's
7.4
Overland.
in there.
Well, that's because there were 74,000 of them they produced.
Okay. And then there's a T3. I don't know.
If any of them are veterans, you pretty much just give it away. or if they're military brats, you pretty much just gave it away. Which I'm going to have to give it away anyway because it's 8:59. We're going to run into Gregory Salvatore's time.
And
So
it's
we've
time
got
for
to
me
go.
to make popcorn.
Yep. And
watch a
it
movie.
was.
And
Drum roll, please.
off for work tomorrow.
Awesome. The T3 trailers that were pulled behind the Jeeps. So Bantam won the
That
contract.
would be where they put the anti-aircraft guns?
That was a whole nother trailer.
Yeah.
And they may have won that contract, I don't know. But I didn't have time to do that much research.
Well, that's where my granddad...
And I only remember about half of what I knew when I lived
Before
on
we
base.
leave, I would like to tell a story about my granddad's service in the Army and how when he died, we got a personal handwritten letter from President Ronald Reagan. He was in the Army, and he was in the Patton's platoon.
You mean
in his
Army.
whatever Army. There were a couple generals at that time, but he was under Patton, and he was a cook, but he also was with the anti-aircraft guns. And what happened was he was in the last truck on the convoy because it was the cook's truck. And that was the last one to leave out and the last one to get in to the camp when they started camping and cooking and all of that. Well, he got captured 16 or 17 different times. And he would escape from the Germans and run back to the Americans and tell the Americans where to bomb because the Germans were just stupid and stayed where they were when he left them. And he was responsible for making a lot of damage on the German side to the Germans because he personally would tell the Americans where the Germans were hiding, and they just kept capturing him and he kept running away. So my granddad was very good at escaping from the Germans, and he got the captured eagle, which they called the rubber duck, and he got several of those, but they are only allowed to have one on their uniform, so they only gave him one. And he got the one of those big, what is it, congressional medals of honor.
Congressional Medal of Honor.
Yeah, he got one of them because he kept escaping from the Germans, and he never thought it was a big deal. And he never really told us all the stories about what happened. But when my Uncle Spence, well, he's really not my uncle, but he was an Army buddy of my granddad's. And when he would come to visit, they would sit around and tell their stories. And Spence is the one that told me about my granddad escaping all the time. So it was really, really nice. Well, that's kind of why they lost the war, I think. They weren't that bright, you know. I mean, they wanted to dominate the world. Anybody who wants to dominate the world is not that bright to begin with.
So there's some parts of the world you just don't. There's some real estate you just do not want to own.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us again and putting up with our shenanigans. And
Now,
we will endeavor to make it a
over
much
there
better,
to-
much more interesting show next time, and continue to improve every time.
Get over there to Gregory Salvatore's channel and watch his live tonight. I don't know what it's about, but they're always awesome.
And if you forget where any of the channels are or what any of the times are, just go on the Saneauto Facebook page, and there is a picture of the calendar on the Saneauto Facebook page. We keep it pinned to the top, and a listing of the channels and when they're on. So you can find somewhere to hang out any night of the week, and we'll continue to grow the Insane Friends calendar and the number of people on there. It will grow slowly because we're pretty picky about who's on there and what kind of content's on there, because we want to keep it clean. But until the next video, get off the couch and get dirty.
Stay clean. You can get off the couch and stay clean. Look.
Burnt, bruised, or bleeding, or you're not really doing anything.
Fingernails? You think that I get dirty and have these pretty fingernails? No.
I can make mine black without painting.
Mine are purple. You can't make them purple without painting them.
Good night, everybody.
Bye. Have a good